It may not have been the most high-profile win of his career in terms of name value, but in terms of significance, it's hard to beat Bobby Green's 33-second knockout of Grant Dawson in Saturday's UFC Fight Night 229 headliner in Las Vegas. Just a massive moment for Green. He was a huge underdog coming into this fight, seemingly positioned to be a stepping stone for Dawson, who came into this fight 8-0-1 in the UFC and was a heavy favorite. Green had other plans, lands a big punch very early in the first round, follows up and finishes the job. This is just huge for him in terms of trying to elevate himself into the lightweight rankings in the UFC, and just kind of showed that despite being 15 years into his career, done so many things, had his peaks, had his valleys, he is still relevant and still a guy who can make some noise in this division. You want to talk about the title, people keep asking about this. I know he doesn't really care. I would be hard pressed to think Bobby Green's actually going to make a championship run at this point in his career, being closer to 40 than he is 30, but he is capable of hanging with a lot of these top guys, giving us good fights, and perhaps surprising us every once in a while like he did against Dawson here. So going forward, another high-profile fight certainly coming Green's way. If they need a spot at a UFC Apex event, he is an easy call to make. If they want to put him on something bigger in terms of like a pay-per-view, he is a great main card addition, just a very usable fighter in terms of what the UFC wants and how they can position him. And I see two fights that make the most sense that were kind of discussed in the aftermath of this event by Green. One of those being Dan Hooker, which would just be an absolutely banger fight that I think a lot of people would love to see, or Renato Moicano, who was very aggressively calling out Green on social media in the aftermath of this fight. Green responded to him at the press conference, gave him a little dig, but said if the UFC offers him that fight, he will gladly take it and do it. Green, seemingly biggest priority at this point, is getting another fight in 2023, hoping to return in December. UFC President Dana White seemingly warm to the idea of having him maybe fight at UFC 296 on December 16th. We'll see how it all shakes out, but ultimately Green right now in a great position to get another fun fight, a fight that isn't a horrible stylistic matchup for him, certainly not worse than Dawson, and who knows, maybe he goes in there and does it again and starts building some momentum towards the top 10 ranking at this point in his career. So big moment for Bobby Green, and this is one to celebrate and one to push him forward in the late stage of his career.